Yeah. So, hi again, everyone. So, so in the previous talk, we talked about the student token reward model. So, in the audience here, we got a lot of interesting feedback from the audience. So, I would love to hear your thoughts about this, like that you was mentioning, about the pros and cons. So, so what do you think are the pros and what are the cons of this model?
Hello.
Yeah.
So I was telling about that in the traditional education system, we are trying to eliminate the competition because student would not be get stressed so much by uh, by taking the education. So, but if we here launch the token model, so isn't it possible that it would create competition between them like that?
Yeah, so I think there
Yeah.
needs to be better consensus
Hmm.
mechanisms to keep
Okay.
these in check. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that we talk more about one token first and focus on one token first. And once we
Hmm.
have established that model, then we can talk about the competition side of things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just okay.
yeah.
So I think exam should be
Not be there.
not be there because of exam.
Yeah,
Student got stress. Even I was getting a stress, but
yeah,
after the exam over,
yeah,
we thought like we have achieved something, and that what we say mental state can give us relax, but that is not a relaxed stage because we haven't achieved anything, because there is nothing we have been taught by these schools, these colleges. All we need to learn after the engineering. I've learned all my things after the engineering.
yeah,
Almost I have grinded for 4 years.
yeah,
So after that 4 year grinding, I know what is the life and how should I live now.
yeah.
But in schooling, we haven't taught that. We have taught
Haven't
very.
been done.
It's sorry to say, but we have taught like shit. There is nothing to be learned around there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think a student should be taught about our culture.
yeah,
What we say, the most good thing like Mahabharata or Ramayana, that would be what we say cultural study, and the future studies like computing or space tech. This study can give students to explore what is going in the market. So after they clear their school or what we say colleges, they can directly jump into the projects, directly jump into the startups and help them. So this could help Indian economy to generate more valuable
yeah,
persons, students, researchers,
yeah.
great personality leaders at a very early stage.
I think why do we need to go for, like, if you want to do a research, if we find something novel, so why can't we do it at an early stage?
Yeah, yeah,
Why?
definitely.
Yeah,
So I think this should be done, and I know this is not going to be happen anytime soon
yeah,
because we have heavily invested in our education by our government,
mm,
which education is null, that is not proper. So we need to create a new education. I think that could be a metaverse schooling that could be helpful for a student. Before that, we need to fix our gadgets. That gadgets
yeah,
should be friendly, so students,
yeah,
small children can easily use that.
yeah,
Yeah, that was my thought.
yeah. So think you mentioned apnipatshala.org. So
Yes.
they are using very economic PCs, the very affordable PCs that parents can buy from various income levels. So that makes it really easy for the students to log into their systems and collaborate with their friends and pursue some novel work. Yeah.
There is a one school I think in Delhi, Union something like that is there. They they just we need to. They of course their fees are high,
Yeah.
but after 10th or 12th, if you go over there, you won't come what we say empty of your mind from there. Like you would be a entrepreneur. You would have got a job which could be high paying job, six-figure job, or at least you're sorted in your life what to do, what to not do.
Yeah.
That I think like that school should be what we say supported by the government. So
Yeah.
maximum this school would explore in the Indian region, that could be helpful for the student, and it should become like 5 to 6 because we around a year.
Yeah. So
Because
it's like an you can talk about that. In fact, inflation is affecting.
maybe
some
inflation
India.
is affecting.
Yeah.
But their teachers and
Yeah.
their leaders, they are
Yeah.
live teaching over there, and the teachers are themselves are the done some themselves. They have achieved something in their life.
Yeah.
Some are entrepreneurs, some are good in the sports or something like that.
Yeah.
So from the best we are learning, so that would be great.
Yeah. So we have some all other feedback that we were sharing just a while back. You can please talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, for this one.
Yeah, you can talk to the mic. Yeah.
Okay. So hello to everyone. Just we are discussing about that token rewards.
Yeah.
Anyone is there for interaction?
You can just talk.
Ah, okay. So it's like just we are discussing about this token rewards. So that token rewards is like if as a institutions, like we are discussing here as a institutions, if you are providing that token rewards to the student, or like student are getting for that one. So for both points are like how we can generate this revenues, or like what kind of tokens, more tokens we can provide that will be beneficial to them. And like as a institutions, like uh, how we can get all the things to be done, like how we will get the backup for that, or like backup, or like some revenues assets for that, like okay, this kind of thing when we are providing, so it will be like beneficials to the institution also, and moreover to the student also. So they can also get the some platform like where independently they can give their best performance. That's the thing.
Yeah. So this is where I was talking about the heavy reliance on centralized grants, so government grants. So there are a lot of like steps that we need to go through. So if we see the blockchain side of things, there are a lot of these steps are removed uh, many of these steps are removed. So if we talk about Gitcoin grants, so applying for a Gitcoin grant is much easier than applying for a government grant. So I think we need to talk more about this. Yeah. So, but very less people know about these kind of Gitcoin grants and other projects that are providing grants. Yeah. 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 Please.
Regarding this grant
Yeah.
section,
Yeah.
we can do one more thing, that there are some students who have the mentality that I will earn myself and fund my project,
Yeah.
not from some grant. So I think
Yeah.
young people like you, Pranay, you all have that mentality.
Yeah.
Many people like you have that mentality. Even my son has that mentality that I will earn myself.
Yeah.
But they don't get the opportunity to earn because they are just 12th passed or doing graduation. So what type of opportunity they will get? If even in centralized, if we cannot decentralize it so fast, if government arranges for some type of earning opportunity, then there, in simple words, their ego will be satisfied,
Yeah,
that we are
exactly.
not living out of some
Yeah,
grant.
as you mentioned ego, we are going to talk about it tomorrow in extensive detail tomorrow, because I've invited the Krishnamurti Foundation on a workshop. We are going to talk about it because decentralization begins with people. It's not about money. It's not about
Yes.
what your ego, and because it starts from very basic humility. So we are going to explore that tomorrow. So please come tomorrow for that. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about some protocols that have been established in the decentralized science world. So there are a lot of innovative projects that stand out for their contributions to scientific research and development. So I'm going to mention some of them because there are so many examples that we can talk of. So there's the Ocean Protocol, which offers data marketplaces that utilize blockchain technology to secure the sale and purchase of data. And there's also Vita DAO, which is focused on longevity science, operating without a centralized governing body. It has developed over 4 million in funding to support 19 research projects. And then we have Cerebrum DAO, aims to advance brain health research through decentralized funding. It introduces a governance token for community driven I repeat, community-driven project funding decisions, enhancing transparency and democratization in funding processes. And there is also a very important DAO, which I would like to give a shout out to DeSci Delhi, uh, where where they did a collab with Athena DAO. There was a small introduction in the world of DeSci. They focus on women's health research and education, employing on-chain technology for funding mechanisms. It funds early stage research and biotech startups, emphasizing community-driven capital allocation. And then we have Ants Review, decentralizes the traditional peer review system in scientific publishing, employs a blockchain-based incentive protocol to reward contributors for their reviews. Sci to Sci facilitates transparent and accessible knowledge and sharing, knowledge production and sharing. So this is a very interesting concept, like knowledge production. So now with the advent of AI, like generating knowledge has become more easier, but there are also very many challenges to it. So we are going to talk about it in a workshop tomorrow about the differences between AI and human-led AI. And then we also have Beaker DAO, which bridges the gap between the scientific community and blockchain technology using DeFi or decentralized finance to fund research and allowing scientists to tokenize their projects as tradable assets. And then we have Scinet, which is a decentralized platform that transforms the science industry by offering a blockchain-powered cloud lab, enabling investors to invest in life sciences research and technology with authenticity and security. We also have many more examples, so I'll just mention two more. LabDAO enables computational life sciences to progress by providing a community-owned ARPA for the internet age, allowing researchers to access funding, collaborate, and conduct research without gatekeepers. Then we have Antidote DAO, which focuses on funding cancer research through a decentralized autonomous organization, leveraging NFTs and governance tokens for community-driven decision-making and funding allocation. So we have so many different DAOs, and since NFTs is mentioned here, so we see how the application changes the importance of the NFT. So if you talk about medical, I'm sorry. So if we talk about the medical applications and the use of NFTs in medical science, so I think there's a lot of ways to explore in India particularly. So, yeah, so these are the projects I wanted to mention. And coming to the student token reward model, so we can talk about how we can create a DAO and have a student-based token that can help the traditional education system transition into a Web3 based model. So if you have anything to say.
Yeah, so the education model and all that can be, I think you are competent enough. And I think for that, we also need an ecosystem and we need blockchain experts who can create
You
those.
are also there.
So mine is a bit theoretical.
Yeah,
So
but
we need
theory
actual.
is also very important.
Yeah, so we also need blockchain developers, proper
Yeah.
blockchain developers. So if we can create that community,
Yeah.
so we can bootstrap those particular token, or we can work from the scratch.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so let's see how it goes. The ball is rolling, so it's just a matter of time. I think we'll get the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the thing.
Thanks. And coming to these assignments that I mentioned in this reward model, so how do you think we can design these tokens on a particular DAO? How can we create a DAO out of student token reward models? So yeah, anything you can say?
I think
regarding
adults are not what we say educated to hold crypto. How can we expect from the students,
I'm not
children's?
talking about adults here. We are talking
No,
about
I'm just giving example. Like
yeah.
instead of incentivizing them tokens or any what we say blockchain rewards,
Yeah.
we can give them scholarship for the further education.
Yeah.
That could make help for them. Yeah, I don't think students will what we say can hold or can understand how the tokens operated. So
Yeah.
we need to teach them before that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that.
Yeah. So I think a good place to start is the peer review system, because out of these four, assignment, completion, peer review, extra activities, innovation bonus, only the the peer review system, there is already some established models. So we can talk about research hub here. So we can discuss more about research hub in the Indian context. So how can students publish their papers in research hub? So if we consider a hybrid model, so first you can publish it in a traditional preprint journal. So preprints, you do not need to pay money to publish in a preprint. So once you publish in a preprint, you get the DOI, the digital object identifier, which is the traditional way of publishing, and the research is published. And I would also just mention quickly that I have so far published all my research as preprints. So because I wanted to disseminate the work quickly, so that it gets out in the open as soon as possible. So once the students are aware about this method of publishing, so then the next step is research hub. So you take that preprint paper, you take that DOI and you submit it on research hub, and then if it really has the value, it gets rewarded by the community itself, the research hub community, and the reviewer. And the peer review happens very openly there, because you will notice that it's not mentioned peer review, it's mentioned open peer review. So I think that is a starting point where we can explore this token reward model in the Indian context. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If you have any ideas on this one, please.
So for the assignment completion is like just he said like
This one is completion, I think.
yeah. So for that one is like if the point is like we have to give some cryptocurrency and like adults are not able to handle that one, so at least we can provide the opportunity, because as student level the only thing is like they want the platform and the opportunity to explore their idea. At the moment they don't want that much of revenues for like okay how much they are getting and all. It's about like to get the experience, to get the point, to be noticed, to be like that idea is successful or not. Because if we are doing something practically, so like practical thing writing, that is the other matter. Doing the same thing and then after getting the result, that achievement is different. So if we are providing more work to them, okay, so it's like keep once they completed one project, so like we can gear up the project at the next level and then we can provide the other opportunity. But the point is like the material is needed to do that work. Okay, so again the point is like from there, like for that material, for that, like if you are doing something work related to like you said, like one cancer project is also going on. Okay, so like for that also we need lots of other materials to be like okay, the cell line, from where we will get the cell lines and all. So that is the thing, like making an idea on the paper, that will be the different, and actually doing the work, that will be different. Okay, so again the point is stuck there, from where like we will get this, because in Indian education still, like I work for some NGO also. So like whatever we have, Okay, like in our mind, we can do this, but we can provide them. Okay, like we have to read this alphabet here, write to essay like this. So ideas are there. But when the point is like, okay, we need to give the pen or paper to them,
Yeah.
that student, like whatever the idea we given to them, now it's point ki, like we need the material to be supplied to them. From where we will get that? Every time charity will not will be helpful.
Yeah.
So the point is like, from where we will get all the things. So again the same point comes up, like for that need some solutions ki, like okay, pen is paper is not needed. Okay, now on the laptop, on the like any soft materials, like we can do that one. But for that also little bit investment is needed. The point is like if that thing is like any solution is there, or like that at the end of today's talk and all, if any this kind of things will come up, how we can generate this kind of ideas, or like how like we can get the material things to be done. So then automatically student will get involved in this.
Yeah. So actually, this again reminds me of what I was talking about yesterday. The cycle that I was talking about, how I repurposed my hardware to my research. Like I used to run simulations and experiments on my machines, but it wasn't running all the time. So once the experiments were completed, I used to like shut them down and do my paperwork and everything. But I started thinking about I can repurpose my hardware to for earning tokens. So that established a funding model for me that funded my research back then. So I think there can be similar models that we can explore and find out more solutions for how we can make the research more independent. Yeah. Something coming to your mind now?
Yeah, so I think we have to expose the kids about the blockchain technology and the power of decentralization. In that way, it paves the way for those uncharted territories where one can, because if you see, we are talking about this DAO and decentralization in this space and all that. If we venture out, so 99% of the layman population, they are still in dark. What's this? If you just utter the word Bitcoin, the first thing that comes to mind by any layperson, it's like it's a kind of yeah. That's the, so we have to like inculcate that mind shift.
Yeah.
That okay, this is the power of decentralization. This is the power of why we need those Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a byproduct of the blockchain ecosystem. So why we need that? What's the power of this? So I think that part is needed to.
Yeah, I think that reminds me actually. I was thinking of, as you mentioned, people do not know easily. I think it's because of systems that are having UIs that are designed in a very complex manner. Because UX and UI, like user experience and user interfaces. So designing these things in a very simple manner is very important. So that really affects the mental process of you when they.
I think if we like, it's a
Navigating
challenge for the
the-
elderly, but kids can grasp those ideas very quickly because we see those kids are very smart with those Instagram and all that. So if the main challenge is to expose them at a very early stage, so that they get the right mindset and the framework. Yeah, I know there's a challenge, and like we mentioned this Pranam Maheshwari and Kasim, they always discuss that there's MetaMask and those wallets. We use it, but even we have to practice that for 1 month or so to get used to those. Now we are comfortable, but initially it was very cumbersome to get the wallet address,
Yeah,
and then
I don't think it is a very difficult thing to
it's not difficult.
tell children that what is a non-custodial wallet address.
For children,
What is
because
that?
they have the clean mind.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have an open mind,
Yeah.
so we can feed them.
Yeah.
So for them, the challenge is mainly for the elderly. They are very stubborn. Like, I don't know, it must be a scam and all that. So we have to just get hold of those kids in early stages. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, I think we need to like design syllabi like where student like cryptocurrencies, because if you look into the Stanford courses, so you'll find a lot of open courseware where there are cryptocurrency courses that you can read on and complete the courses, and you will gain a lot of insights on how cryptocurrency works in the academic perspective. So I think in the Indian syllabuses, I think it is important to have those courses also.
Right.
Yeah.
So from the very beginning.
Yeah,
It should
yeah.
be in the
As
rightly
early
said,
as possible.
as early as from
Possible.
class 5th or 6th. So
Yeah, yeah.
it should be introduced. Like
Yeah.
computer classes have been introduced in the early. That's good. So we should also introduce this particular blockchain and all that as a part of, like, this is the future.
Yeah.
AI blockchain, this is the future, and we have to.
Yeah.
That's.
As I said, we can approach the primary schools.
Yeah. Yeah.
For this DeSci concept, we can approach the primary schools so that it gets more popular.
Yeah.
Because from there only we can start everything. Suddenly cannot start from the college.
Yeah, because it becomes simpler also to explain, because the mindset is also very open in the early ages. Yeah.
And it is not still popular. This we can say this is a type of movement also.
Yeah,
DeSci movement.
it is a movement.
So this is not so much popular. We can popularize it from the primary schools by involving the primary teachers.
Now it's on us to
Yes.
spread this message.
Yeah.
We are super early. We have to.
Yeah, very early. Yeah. Yeah.
So when
So we can.
like
Yeah.
no.
Please.
This will be tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes. So. So we decided to also have a panel discussion. So it was scheduled around 11:30 IST. So it's like discussing the future of DeSci in India. So because as she recently mentioned that it is a very early stage, and we need to go to the schools and talk more about how DeSci, what is DeSci basically, and in a very simple manner. So perhaps I'll share a quick the image that I shared yesterday, the diagram of the DeSci. Yeah, let me quickly share it. I'll share my screen. Yeah. Okay, just quickly give me a second. Just share my screen. Yeah, so this is a very inspirational diagram that got me thinking in the early 2022s. So this is about the very beginning of the DeSci thought process. So here we have three components like science, some big institution, and public. So here there are two conditions that are placed here. One is conditional funding and conditional distribution. So these are the challenges that we currently face in the traditional education system and also the research-based system. So if we have to talk more about how we can explain, like spread the word to the students, we have to talk more about this diagram. So like how we can directly, how science and learning and education can directly help the public, and how it becomes a cycle like this without any conditions that are there in these scenarios here. So here she has also mentioned a comment here. So the goal is to decentralize science and go back to the take the inspiration from hundreds of years back, where scholars used to come. For example, Takshila University, and there's also House of Wisdom. If you want to know more about it, you can. In the recent, there was a video game, the Assassin's Creed Mirage. There, the House of Wisdom has been talked about in great detail, and you can think of it like a, if you're not a gamer, you can think of it like a simulation where you can visit the entire architecture of the House of Wisdom. That is where scholars from all over the world used to come and discuss about their ideas, and there was no central figure like dictating what to do and what not to do. It was very open-ended, and the goal is to go back to that time and bring back that freedom that we can uh, explore and change the way we learn. Yeah. So I think that's the whole point of this DeSci's diagram, which I refer to a lot. Yeah. So talking about the future of decentralized science in India and beyond. So there are challenges, there are opportunities, and we have to talk about the future of future prospects in the Indian and global context. So taking examples from the global context and also thinking about the how it is different in the when it comes to the Indian education system, we have to create a hybrid model where we can have a DeSci ecosystem where the Indian educational institutions can adapt to the blockchain kind of things, blockchain Web3, and learn about these tokens. And there's a lot of gap also, like a lot of misunderstanding also, like these are scams as you just mentioned. And so we need to educate the society about these miscommunications that are happening, because there was a lot of there was some mention about there was a good, not good, I would say it was miscommunication, uh, like what we say, it's like a when we talk about currencies, like fiat currencies and cryptocurrencies, so there is a lot of money laundering happening. So they mentioned that if you when they hear about crypto, they think it is about money laundering and stuff. And but there was an article about it that talked about how money fiat currencies, rupee and everything, have been extensively uh, used to money launder money. So I think it is important to see the differences between uh, money laundering in crypto and money laundering in fiat currency. So there's a huge difference. So the most of the money laundering is happening in fiat currencies. So that logic doesn't work here. Yeah. So So Santosh, you have anything to add? Something? Okay. So we have another talk in a few minutes. So if we want to correlate this diagram to the student token model, so what do you think about it? If you want to correlate that this diagram to the token reward model.
Yeah, I think we need to
Yeah.
go deep dive into it.
Yeah, but this is very informal talks. You can
But
Yeah.
maybe
because once we correlate, the ideas begin to come. Yeah.
like again sticking to the basics,
Yeah.
like creating awareness and what because as I said yesterday, the government is also trying that I mentioned that digital library and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So what we can do is like now the government is also very open, so we can also reach out to the Ministry of Education and there's this Namo app and where we can they seek like ideas, suggestions.
Yeah.
So one of the ways we can do is to reach out to the government officials or the government ministry. So and ask for help this is the vision and just give us
Hi,
a
Suraj.
layout.
Yeah.
Just
We
to
are currently live. Yeah. So where are you?
We can actually write and
Yeah.
they respond.
Okay. Will you come tomorrow then?
Just the beginning.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to skip then?
Also, like I want to tell to all guys, like not only government but private people's businessmen are also helping.
Okay.
Out of the India, there are many DAOs which have generated millions of dollars to fund the researchers. So if you are a good researcher, if you have any plans, or I don't know what to say
Yeah.
that
So what I'll do is
paper.
you left a diagram.
So if
on
you have
the
any white paper
whiteboard,
for the
on the
researchers,
whiteboard.
so you can
So I'll
ask
during
funding
the
for
time
that
I'll just
research to
briefly
various
talk
type
about
of DAOs, or you can directly ask to the community.
Yeah.
So one of the DAO is Vita DAO.
Yeah,
Vita DAO
sure.
can fund you
Yeah.
on your researcher. The other Jump Trade platform is there where you could
check my schedule.
ask
I
to
will,
community to help
after
to
this
fund
live
my
talk is
project.
finished, I will call you back.
So there are various funding methods in the blockchain. It is up to you how you could get that. So I just want to tell there is no restrictions in the blockchain. You just go and make available full time, and you would get the result definitely.
So, I wanted to say something. So I think we can wrap up the talk now. So Jennifer, are you there?